Oh, it's gone. Dude, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
No.
Yes.
Yo te iba grabando, loco. ¡Ah, no mames! ¿Qué pedo, pa?
¡No manches!
No mames, esa madre, ¿qué pedo, loco?
Oh, the door just opened.
In April 2019, a YouTuber named Jason uploaded a video to his channel Appy Mountain Trekkers, where he documented a solo overnight trip to the mountains. His channel is dedicated to outdoor adventures, hiking, camping, and survival in the wild. At first, the hike was uneventful. When he reached his campsite, Jason set up his tent, started a fire, and even tried his hand at spoon carving as the sun went down. That's when he first reported hearing a strange noise from higher up the mountain. He brushed it off as a bird or some small animal and carried on with his evening. Later that night, less than an hour after going to bed, he was jolted awake by an unsettling guttural call, unlike anything he'd ever heard, something he described as a disturbing mix between a pig, an ape, and even similar to the raptors from Jurassic Park.
10 after 10. I laid down about 9 o'clock and I was trying to go to sleep. It took me a while and I was almost asleep, and sometime before 10 I was woke up by something I've never heard in my life.
Shaken, he tried to return to sleep, but around 1 a.m., he woke again, this time to the sound of something circling his tent. He claimed there were at least 2 or 3 of them. In the footage, the beam of his flashlight revealed eerie, glowing eyes watching from the darkness. While many animals' eyes reflect light at night, the fiery white color suggested he may have been surrounded by wolves or coyotes.
I heard that.
What do you think that was? Exploring with Bear posted this encounter on YouTube. They went to explore what locals call Murder Road, a place infamous for mob meetings, secret parties, and bodies dumped in the dark woods. As they walked deeper, the forest swallowed the light. Up ahead, a massive sinkhole loomed like a black gateway. That's when they first heard it, a scream, high-pitched and echoing from the dark.
Oh, we're going in it.
What?
We're going right in. Did you just hear a voice? That sounded like a girl's voice.
Oh my gosh.
That was
It's coming from the big black hole.
a scream.
Yes, it was.
Then came voices. They pressed forward, but soon noticed something watching them. A flickering light moved between the trees, then vanished. And just when they thought it was their imagination, a chilling voice whispered from the darkness,
This time I think I'm out. I think I'm done.
Wait a minute. Come here.
What?
Look, 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 look. Give me the camera. Give me the camera. Take my light.
I will take what?
Take my light. To put the lights down. Where'd they go? You see that back there, babe?
There's a light.
There is.
What the hell?
There's a light back there. There's no cars here, babe.
People here.
I know.
Look, there's lights right there.
I know, I see them. I can't. Let's get it. We need to get out of bed. What the world?
Run.
They just said run. Wait a minute.
The ground shifted, bushes shook violently, and glowing eyes reflected at them from the tree line. And they also noticed something is following them while working. This is very strange and quite unusual. La Patrona Extreme Adventures, a YouTube, shared this experience with Bigfoot. They went hiking deep in the forest, where silence was broken only by the crunch of dry leaves beneath their feet. Every step reminded them they were not alone. They saw something strange moving in the trees. That's when they noticed they're not alone. Bigfoot is with them.
Ya ves, por eso no me gusta el zoom, porque se mueve mucho. Pero aquí lo tengo en zoom. No se distingue. Mejor lo quito.
The massive creature moved slowly, almost distracted, never turning its head. They caught every second on camera, their hearts pounding so hard it drowned out the night. Its heavy footsteps faded into the brush, until it disappeared completely. Imagine if it actually noticed them there. What do you think will happen to them? Dark Ghost Paranormal posted this video on YouTube. While hiking, this person decided to explore an abandoned haunted house. To stay safe, he set up dash cams around the building, but what he captured was far from safe. At first, everything seemed quiet. Then, a strange sound echoed from one of the rooms. Nervous but curious, he went to investigate. What he saw made his blood run cold. A table rattling violently, as if something or someone was inside pounding against it. And then, the noises didn't stop there. From other rooms, echoes of banging and strange thuds filled the house, surrounding him with terror. Alone in that house, every shadow seemed alive. Now, imagine yourself there. Would you stay and keep filming, hoping to catch proof of the paranormal? Or would you turn and run, never looking back? Was it really a ghost? Or something far darker lurking inside? This video was posted on Cursed Urban on YouTube, where he shares this strange encounter. Two explorers venture deep into the infamous Bigfoot forest. The night is pitch black, the air heavy with silence, and their only goal is to test whether the legends are true. To lure whatever might be lurking, they leave behind crumpled pieces of tin foil, what they jokingly call Bigfoot currency.
Yeah, so we'll set them in the same spot.
Oh shit, sorry.
Dude, you're ruining his house. What are you doing? You're ruining his house.
Sorry.
He's gonna be pissed.
He doesn't kill me for that.
Hours pass as they hike deeper, hearing unsettling knocks echo through the trees. Did the forest answer their tree knock with one of its own? Coincidence? Or communication?
Dude, did you just hear that?
That was knocking. Dude,
Yes.
that sounded like knocks, didn't it?
Exactly. No way.
Dude, that sounded exactly like what you did, right?
Yes. And the echo, like the same echo.
Finally, they return to where the foil was left. Their hearts stop, and the tinfoil is gone.
Oh, it's gone. Dude, it's
What?
gone. It's gone. It's gone.
No.
Yes.
And you just set him there.
Yeah.
There's
That was
no
that was
denying
literally
that.
maybe 40 minutes ago by now.
What do you think took the foil away from the stop they left it? This person went hiking on top of a lonely mountain where the wind howled like whispers from the dead. She sat near the very edge of a cliff, so sharp, so steep, that one slip meant certain death.
Shoot video.
Below her stretched a black abyss, a place where no one had ever survived a fall. Every gust of wind pushed harder, every sound echoed like a warning. Imagine sitting there, feeling the emptiness pulling at you, knowing that one wrong move, one unlucky moment, and you'd vanish into the darkness forever. Would you dare sit there? This scary encounter was posted on Los Menores MV, a YouTube channel where investigations of spiritual things are performed by Juanita and her team. A chilling investigation turned into pure horror when Juanita and her team attempted a dangerous ritual. At first, it was just whispers, strange shadows, and an eerie heaviness in the air. But soon, things spiraled out of control. As Juanita called upon dark forces, something touched one of the investigators, unseen hands grabbing him in the dark. Fear spread like wildfire.
Llegó. ¡Oh, hijo de su puta madre! No mames, neta. No mames, nadie.
¿Quién está aquí? ¿Quién está aquí? ¿Quién está aquí?
¿Dónde qué?
Ay, me tocaron, hijo.
Neta.
Sí, güey.
From the tunnels, swarms of cockroaches poured out as if driven by an unseen presence. Then, a face appeared like a skull staring directly at them.
Su puta madre.
Mira. Como que salen de ahí,
Abajo,
¿eh?
mira, güey.
No mames, Ruso,
De los túneles. Los túneles.
Estos son los túneles, ¿eh? ¿Qué traes, Juanita?
Como si alguien hubiera venido de allá.
Moments later, one of the team, Russo, was suddenly possessed, his body twisting unnaturally as a demonic force took over.
No mames. ¿Cómo que te rasguñaron? Yo te iba grabándolo.
¡Manches, Misael!
¿Qué pedo, pa?
¡No manches!
No mames, esa madre, ¿qué pedo, loco?
No
Y
seas
traes
mamón,
bien.
güey.
No mames, mira.
Pero traes...
In a desperate attempt, Juanita performed a ritual with fire and a cursed doll.
¡A la bestia, Juanita! ¡Juanita!
No mames, trae algo adentro.
Pero, hijo, ¿qué pasó, hijo?
No mames, pa, no sé qué pedo.
¿Pero qué
Mira
pasó?
cómo
¿Por
le
qué
está
se
haciendo.
puso así, güey?
Pues ya sabe qué le pasaste, loco, le entró algo.
¿Pero yo por qué le pasé?
Pues sabe, loco.
¿Pero cómo se lo pasé?
Yo qué.
Prayers filled the air as shadows closed in. Would you dare stay and witness this? Or run before the darkness claims you too? A YouTuber, Kalong, Camp, official, went camping on a hill in Salatiga, Central Java. Locals whispered it was cursed. They said a girl had been murdered there, her body thrown into the ravine. Since then, people have reported seeing a bloodied woman wandering the area. At first, the night seemed normal. He made warm drinks and tried to stay calm. But the deeper the night grew, the stranger it became. Cold winds, eerie silence, then footsteps. A faint sound of crying echoed through the darkness. He froze. Was it an animal or the murdered girl's spirit? Suddenly, a white figure appeared at the back of his tent. He shone his light, but he didn't see anything. Then it returned to the dark, closer this time, pale and terrifying.
There's a ravine, right, guys? And her body was thrown in the ravine, right? They said, guys, right. Residents who have seen it. So, they saw the figure of a woman covered in blood, guys.
After a while, strange noises echoed from the trees. He moved closer to investigate. But then, just a few feet away, there it was. An eerie, shadowy creature standing right beside his tent, motionless, as if it had been waiting for him. His whole body trembled, fear gripping him tighter with every heartbeat. Should he run? Should he hide? Or was it already too late? Ghostia, a YouTube user, walked into Glencliff Mansion thinking it was just another ghost story. The mansion feels ripped from a survival horror game. The halls are silent. Every creak of the floor was leadered, sounding like a warning. At first, it's just whispers, faint bangs, and the unsettling feeling of being watched. As the camera pans across the faded wallpaper, shaped eerily like a cross, a heavy door suddenly swings open on its own. No breeze, no one nearby, just the creak of wood echoing through the empty mansion.
Oh man, too many what's happening. It's funny how that thing's shaped like a cross, the wallpaper. Oh, the door just opened. I don't know if that was a bat or orb that came out, but the door literally just opened.
He freezes, heart pounding, knowing that the door is far too heavy for a bat or the wind. Would you dare stay inside Glencliff Mansion after witnessing this? Or would you run before the entity made itself known? This video was uploaded to Black Mask Paranormal. This man went exploring the desolate edges of Daniel Boone National Forest. He knew the area's dark reputation, rumors of Dogman, and even a giant winged beast. On the ground, he finds enormous canine tracks, far too large for any wolf. Nearby, a dead raccoon suggests something was hunting here. Then, when he gets to this particular place, out of nowhere, an ear-piercing scream echoes through the forest.
One thing that I don't understand is why in this... Oh my God. One thing that I don't understand is why in this... Oh my God.
He follows, trembling, into an abandoned structure where strange holes and signs of vanished people add to the terror. With his thermal cam, he captures something high in the trees, large, alive, and watching.
We got the thermal cam up. So, whatever it is, I can still, I've got it on thermal cam. It's, right here. And that's pretty high up. Because see how it's, whatever it is, I can still, I've got it on thermal cam. It's, right here.
Alone in the woods, batteries dying, and a predator lurking, what would you do? Keep filming or run for your life? A YouTuber, Workless Enjoy Life More, posted this video. His name is Larry, and he shared this encounter he had on his camping trip. Larry set out deep into the mountains south of Flagstaff, a place where the forest had once burned, but was now slowly regrowing. With little to no cell service, he was nearly cut off from the outside world. As the sun dipped below the horizon, he rushed to set up camp before the darkness consumed the woods. Dinner is cooked over hickory chunks. While he was eating, he heard a voice, but not sure what it was. After some time, he went to sit by the fire, wondering what could have been making that sound, his heart pounding as he strained to listen.
Hey.
What do you think was making that sound? On a video uploaded on Grizzly Gaz on YouTube, this person went to camp alone deep in the woodland, bringing only his dog for company. At first, it seemed like a normal trip, but soon, an uneasy feeling settled over the forest. As he explored, he found burnt mattresses, chopped trees, and scattered trash, signs that others had been there before, leaving behind an unsettling atmosphere. Later that night, just when things seemed calm, strange noises began echoing around the camp. Branches snapping, whispers in the dark, something moving closer. His dog growled, proving it wasn't his imagination. Then, he heard what sounded like a pig in the woods, but there were no pigs in that area.
Anyway, we're gonna chill out now, and I'll see you in the morning. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Fear took over. Was it an animal, someone lurking in the shadows, or something far more sinister?
In a quiet corner of Mexico, a group of men stumbled upon an eerie-looking owl near the edge of a forest.
¿Eres una bruja? Dime si o no eres una bruja. No.
It wasn't just the bird's appearance that caught their attention. It was how it moved. The owl tilted its head in odd, deliberate motions, almost as if it were answering them. Nodding yes, shaking no. But what's chilling is how unfazed the men were. In that region, it's not uncommon to believe owls are more than just birds. They're thought to be witches in disguise. Not just silent watchers, but restless spirits that haunt. So, was it simply a strange animal? Or something far more sinister? A man and his family were enjoying a peaceful winter hike through Queensland's Bunya Mountains National Park. They were about halfway through a 4-hour trail, having only passed a couple of groups earlier in the day. At one point, the man stopped to snap a photo of sunlight filtering dramatically through the dense forest. Later that evening, while flipping through the pictures, his daughter pointed out something unsettling, something they hadn't noticed at the time. In one of the shots, a woman in a black dress stood eerily still on the trail ahead of them. The image was crystal clear, but here's the strange part. They were certain no one had been there. They'd walked that exact stretch of trail and hadn't seen a single soul. Disturbed, the man showed the photo to his boss the next day. Her face went pale. She quietly revealed that the year before, her daughter had experienced something chilling at that very spot. She claimed she felt an evil presence watching them from the trees. To this day, the hiker has no explanation for what happened in that photo, but every time he looks at it, a cold shiver runs down his spine. While hiking through the forest, she paused for a quick break, completely unaware of what was about to unfold. Out of nowhere, a bear appeared and gave her a surprising nibble. But the moment she jolted in shock, the bear got spooked and bolted back into the woods. While hiking deep in the remote woods of Finland, this man stopped to snap a photo of the breathtaking landscape. But when he looked at the picture later, he was stunned. In the background, something or someone was there. He insists the area was empty when he took the shot. So what did he capture? Was someone silently watching him? Or did he unknowingly photograph something paranormal? This user recently had a heart-pounding moment at Crowder's Mountain. While strolling along a trail, they came within inches of stepping on a snake camouflaged at the base of a tree. Thankfully, they noticed just in time, narrowly dodging what could have turned into a dangerous encounter. A solo hiker, miles away from civilization, deep in the woods. The silence of nature surrounds him when suddenly a strange voice interrupts. Some believe it's an EVP, others think it's just a mumble. But what exactly is being said? One viewer swears they hear, "Oh son, what is this?" while another thinks it ends with the cryptic, "What is this?" Is it a mysterious voice from beyond, or just the wind playing tricks? A well-known commenter praised the lack of leading in the post, applauding the fact that the question isn't swayed by assumptions, unlike some who claim to hear things like, "Oh Satan, how is the fizz?" But what do you hear? This chilling clip raises questions that remain unanswered. Who or what could be speaking in the background of this eerie video? Could it be someone or something that was never supposed to be found? And why, in a place so remote, would there be such a strange, unexplained sound? It was July 2023, and the scene was their parents' house, a cozy, familiar spot where the whole family often gathered. That day, most of them were inside helping with newborn twins, while the sister and her fiancé stepped outside to tidy up the backyard. She casually snapped a few photos to track their progress, expecting nothing more than shots of her fiancé near a picnic table. But one image showed something she hadn't seen in real life, a shadowy figure moving through the garden. There were no neighbors around, no pets. No one else is outside, just them. Since that eerie moment, they've installed security cameras across the property. But in all the time since, nothing like it has ever happened again. Not a single unexplained thing. So what exactly did she capture that day? Around 5 a.m., Lean stepped outside to take out the trash. As he turned back towards his secluded forest home, something near the window caught his eye. Curious and uneasy, he grabbed his camera to film, until he realized he wasn't just imagining things. It was something terrifying.
A las 5 de la mañana salí a tirar la basura y se escucha... ¿Qué querés, hijo de puta? ¿Qué mierda es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué carajo es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Es eso la concha? Su madre.
Panic surged through Lean's chest as he bolted back inside. His heart pounded as he checked every room, every shadowy corner. But there was nothing. No trace of anyone. Whatever he saw had vanished, at least to the naked eye. Reddit user Strange Sandwich 1028 shared a chilling tale about a mysterious house his grandfather built back in 1945 in Hagerstown, Maryland. The home was constructed using materials salvaged from a demolished church, an eerie origin that only adds to its haunted reputation, passed down through generations of family stories. When he was around 7, Strange Sandwich 1028 visited his grandmother with his parents. During their trip, they decided to walk over to the old abandoned house nearby. As they approached, his mother suddenly froze. She saw movement in one of the windows, even though no one was supposed to be inside. His father, an amateur photographer, quickly snapped a few pictures, but it wasn't until the film was developed that the true horror revealed itself. One of the windows showed something, or someone, that couldn't possibly have been there. To this day, what they captured remains a bone-chilling mystery. While exploring the historic halls of Edinburgh Castle, a group of friends snapped a few photos to remember the moment. Everything seemed normal until they reviewed the pictures later. In one of the shots, a mysterious figure could be seen leaning out of a window. At first, they assumed it was just a passerby they hadn't noticed. But when they zoomed in, the face didn't look quite human. There was something off, unnatural, almost eerie. that sent chills down their spines. None of them remembered seeing anyone there, and the unsettling image captured on camera didn't match what their eyes had witnessed in person. A mom snapped this photo of her kids playing near a small waterfall. Just a sweet, carefree moment to remember. At first glance, everything looks normal. But take a closer look at the top right corner. Just beyond the leaves, a dark figure lingers. It looks human, but no one remembers seeing anyone there. Even stranger, there's no trail, no ledge. No way someone could stand in that spot. Was it a lost hiker, a shadow playing tricks on the camera, or something much more unsettling? To this day, no one knows who or what was silently watching from the trees. It was a quiet night when a man stepped outside to walk his dog. The streets were still, eerily silent. But then something strange caught his eye. A lone figure in a white dress was slowly making her way down the road. He reached for his phone and started recording, but it was his dog's reaction that truly unnerved him. Instead of barking, it began to whimper, low, scared, like it sensed something wasn't right. And the setting, a remote corner of the village deep in the dead of night. That only made things more chilling. So who or what was she? While paying their respects at Gettysburg Cemetery, someone caught a strange movement behind a nearby tree. Curious, they snapped a quick photo, but what appeared in the image left them shaken. A shadowy figure seemed to be watching them, and the air suddenly felt heavy, almost like they weren't alone. Later, they showed the photo to a park ranger. He studied it for a moment, then said calmly, "That's a Confederate soldier on horseback." Had they captured one of Gettysburg's restless spirits still haunting the battlefield? About 15 years ago, a Reddit user snapped a photo at one of Staten Island's most famously haunted spots. At the time, only one person stood in front of the camera, but when the photo was developed, something chilling emerged from the shadows. Behind the girl stood a tall, smoky figure, faceless, featureless, almost blending into the darkness. No one noticed anything strange at the moment the picture was taken. So what was it? Just a camera glitch or motion blur? Or did they unknowingly capture something truly paranormal? 4 years ago, a couple set out on a quiet hike through Fern Canyon, deep in the heart of the California redwoods. The forest was silent, serene, just the two of them and nature. As they wandered through the canyon, they snapped a few photos at one particular spot. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. But later, while flipping through the pictures, one photo made their blood run cold. In a single frame, standing in the shallow water, was a glowing, humanoid figure. No face, no features, just a shape made of light. It wasn't there in the shots taken seconds before or after. Was it a strange trick of light, a camera glitch, or did they unknowingly capture something not of this world? TikToker Casey was filming her dog one night, a quirky pup who refused to step outside unless a flashlight lit the way. Everything seemed normal, until suddenly the dog froze. Its ears perked up, eyes fixed on something in the darkness. Then came the sound of heavy footsteps crunching through the woods.
He started acting like he heard something though, and then I heard it too.
What is that?
It sounded like something large walking through the trees. I didn't see this eye glinting, but I heard it move.
Hello? Rocky, what? What is that? Mom?
As her flashlight swept across the trees, it caught a pair of glowing eyes staring back at her.
Then I saw these eyes reflecting the light. My question is, if this one is a deer at this height, What is this one? Why is it staring? The way this one turns its head to look at me, though.
Come on, Rocky, let's go inside. Come on, let's get out of here.
At first, she assumed it was a deer, but those eyes didn't flinch. They didn't move. They just stared, and something about the way they locked onto her made her blood run cold. Was it just a deer, or something else entirely? Back in 2010, 3 friends were casually exploring Camp Chase Cemetery in Columbus, Ohio, a place already steeped in eerie legends and ghost stories. As they wandered through the weathered headstones, they decided to snap a few photos just for fun. But what showed up in one of those pictures was anything but playful. In the distance, a dark human-like figure loomed, unmistakable and chilling. The only edit they claimed to have made was lighting the image to make the figure clearer. They swore no one else was around that day. So what did they capture? A trick of the light? A person they somehow missed? Or did their camera catch a glimpse of someone who never really left that haunted ground? The mystery still haunts the photo and those who see it.
A woman was working out alone in her apartment when something terrifying happened.
I don't remember. Please get out. Please get out of my apartment. Please get out of my apartment.
Out of nowhere, a man she didn't know suddenly appeared inside. Panicked, she screamed, "But how did he get in?" Still a complete mystery. Even more chilling, when she ran for the front door, it opened by itself. No one touched it. She was too shaken to notice how strange that was. But the nightmare didn't end there. Just days later, while filming a lighthearted video with her cat, she started hearing faint footsteps echoing from empty rooms. She searched the entire apartment. Nothing. Then, something truly unsettling happened. A subtle bump began rising from her bed, like someone invisible was standing right there, watching her. By then, she knew. Something was deeply wrong with that apartment. She didn't wait to find out more. She packed up and got out. This Reddit user claims that for the past 2 weeks, something chilling has been happening between 1 and 3 a.m. Almost like clockwork, this person hears a strange, blood-curdling scream echoing from deep within the woods surrounding their home. They've lived on the East Coast, in the heart of the forest, their entire life, yet nothing they've ever heard compares to this eerie sound. It's not an animal they recognize, not a coyote, not a fox, not even close. So what was it? Some wild creature? A person in distress? Or was it something far more sinister? A couple had snapped what seemed like a perfectly happy photo in the comfort of their home. Smiling faces, cozy settings, everything looked normal. But later, when someone zoomed in on the photo frame hanging on the wall, they noticed something chilling. In the reflection of the glass, just over the man's shoulder, was a pale face staring directly at the camera. The couple was stunned. They swore no one else had been there that day besides them and the photographer, and they didn't recognize the eerie, almost inhuman face. What they thought was a sweet memory now felt more like a haunting mystery. A Reddit user and their family just moved into a new house about 2 months ago. Everything seemed normal at first, until the weirdness started. Late at night, they and their dad kept hearing strange, unexplained noises coming from the heater room down in the basement, the same basement where he and his brother slept. Every time they tried to investigate, nothing seemed out of place. No signs of animals, no loose parts, nothing. Could it just be old pipes creaking? Or is something far more sinister hiding behind those basement walls? To this day, they haven't figured out the source of the sounds, and that's what makes it so unsettling. This group of men was hiking deep in the woods when something made them stop dead in their tracks. A strange sound echoed through the trees. Not a bird, not a coyote, not anything they could recognize.
I think it'll pick up that sound. Yeah.
It was haunting, almost human. That's when things got eerie. While hiking roughly 3 miles off the main trail in a dense wooded area near Austin, Texas, a Reddit user came across something deeply unsettling, a hidden grave site, or perhaps a memorial. There were fresh flowers, a photograph, and personal mementos, all deliberately arranged with care. The scene felt intimate, somber, and undeniably heavy. Was this the place where someone ended their life? Or a secret sanctuary built to honor a loved one in a spot that once held meaning? While exploring an abandoned underground train station, this person captured something truly chilling. At first, it sounded like the usual creaks and groans you'd expect from a place long forgotten. But then, a blood-curdling sound echoed through the tunnels like a human scream trapped in eternal agony.
It's tied up. We're not left there. Do you know what it is?
I do, yeah.
Just lift it up, I'll go under. I ain't scared again, dirty. Oh shit. Oh, yeah. Feel it.
Can't do that.
No.
Was it the wind, an animal, or something far more disturbing? The audio has left viewers shaken, with many claiming the sound didn't just seem human, it felt human, as if someone or something was still down there. So the question remains, what is making that terrifying sound beneath the surface? While home alone, this person heard something truly unsettling echoing through the night.
I don't know what the fuck that noise is, but it keeps happening. Ooh, no.
At first, it sounded distant, almost like the wind, but then it got clearer, and that's when it hit them. It wasn't just a sound, it was something or someone laughing. The kind of laugh that chills you to the bone. He swore they were completely alone. No TV, no neighbors, just them and whatever was out there. So the question is, what was making that sound? While hiking with his dog Penny, this person heard something that made his blood run cold. Bone-chilling, unnatural sounds echoing through the trees. At first, he thought it might be an animal, but the noises didn't match anything he'd ever heard before. They were guttural, almost human, yet not quite. Suddenly, Penny froze, staring into the woods, tail down. That's when this person knew it was time to leave. But the question still lingers. Who or what left those sounds behind? Was it just wildlife, or something far more sinister, watching from the shadows? This camera captured something seriously unsettling. A friend of this user sent him this video, and at first, it just looked like a regular basement clip, until the door slowly creaked open on its own. But here's the chilling part. If you turn the volume up, that's when you will hear it. Those strange, eerie noises echoing in the background. This person swears no one else was in the house, just him, and whatever that was. This person lives in a house built back in 1950, and let's just say weird things are kind of the norm. But today, things got even stranger. Early this morning, this person heard what sounded like a woman, or maybe a child, speaking outside their window. Just 2 syllables, faint, eerie, and chilling. And get this, their dog completely lost it. Curious, this person checked their Ring camera and sure enough, the mysterious voice was there, caught on audio. So now the question is, what do you hear? And more importantly, who or what was it? Late one night, a group of men were driving down a dark, empty road when they saw something that chilled them to the bone. In the middle of the street crouched a strange figure. It looked almost human, but there was something deeply wrong about it. It was on all fours, its back twisted at an unnatural angle. They slowed down for just a moment, caught between curiosity and fear, before slamming the gas and speeding away. The figure never moved, never flinched. To this day, no one knows exactly where it happened or what they saw. Was it just a creepy prank? Or did they come face to face with something not meant to be understood? In this jaw-dropping footage, a man fearlessly ascends a towering ladder toward a gigantic beehive clinging to a rocky cliff. But what he does next will leave you stunned. He plunges his bare hand straight into the buzzing heart of the swarm. Bees explode around him, blanketing his arms and falling like rain. Yet he remains completely unfazed. Then, in a move that defies logic, he scoops up a handful of bees and shoves them into his mouth, tucking more into his shirt as if it's no big deal. The landscape suggests this could be deep in rural India or Nepal, where generations of honey hunters have turned this deadly tradition into an art. But still, how is he even alive? Reddit user Bella79 shared a chilling discovery one morning that left her deeply unsettled. On the second-floor kitchen window, far too high for anyone to reach from outside, she found what appeared to be massive, smeared fingerprints. But these weren't ordinary marks. They were long, distorted, and spaced in a way that didn't seem human. Ever since Bella moved into the house, strange things have been happening. Unexplained noises, eerie shifts in energy, and now this. The smears looked like something or someone not quite normal had dragged oversized fingers across the glass. The real question is, how did it get there? And why? This person lives in a quiet, seemingly normal neighborhood. Nothing strange ever really happens there, until a couple of weeks ago. That's when the weirdness began. Out of nowhere, faint classical music started playing, with no obvious source. No visible speakers, no neighbors claiming responsibility, just eerie melodies floating through the air like a ghostly soundtrack. This person has tried everything to track it down, but every time, the music just vanishes into thin air. But finally, for the first time, they caught it on camera. If you turn up your volume, you'll hear it too. And once you do, you'll understand why this person is starting to question everything about where they live. Late one night, a young woman was home alone when she began hearing strange noises coming from another room. Curious, yet unsettled, she grabbed her phone and crept down the hallway to investigate. That's when it happened. The video cuts off right at that moment. Some say it was all just a setup for attention. Others believe she was too terrified to keep filming. What do you think happened next? While getting ready for their wedding, a Reddit user asked their mom to dig up an old photo from their grandparents' big day. Later that morning, the mom sent over a framed picture. The grandparents beamed with joy, caught in a moment of pure happiness. But standing just behind them was a woman. At first glance, it seemed like she had simply blinked or moved mid-shot. But something about her felt wrong, unsettling. The mother didn't recognize her, and with the grandparents gone, no one was left to answer the chilling question, who was she? While hiking through the dense Appalachian woods, when this hiker suddenly froze, his camera picked up something bone-chilling. At first, it sounded like a group of children screaming, but the more you listen, the more it twists your gut. The cries weren't normal. They echoed through the trees like something or someone was in pure agony. But there were no people around, no campsites, no trails nearby. So what exactly did this person capture out there in the forest? Was it a group in distress, or something far more sinister that knows how to mimic human suffering? A woman named Joey was walking home alone around 3 a.m. after a night of clubbing. She was drunk, exhausted, and just trying to make it back safely. That's when she heard it.
I don't know if you can hear that, but there's like a banging.
Oh no.
Footsteps. They were coming from behind a nearby fence. At first, Joey thought someone was following her, but suddenly, the sound was right next to her. Panic set in, and Joey sprinted the rest of the way home without looking back. So what was it? A spirit? A stalker? Or something not human? This person had a close friend who passed away just last week. But here's where things get unsettling. Earlier this morning, inside the very house their friend lived in, a house that's now empty and being gutted for renovations, a recording captured something deeply disturbing. With the sound turned up, you'll hear it clearly. A loud thud, followed by footsteps echoing through the silence. But here's the terrifying part. No one is living there. No workers were scheduled. No one was supposed to be inside. So the question is, who or what was making that sound? Was it just the house settling, or something this person's late friend left behind? Let us know what you think, because this person is still trying to make sense of it. While hiking, this person saw something bizarre tucked inside a tree stump, 4 miles deep along a stretch of the Appalachian Trail. At first glance, it looked unsettling, like a tiny shrine hidden in the woods. But then a commenter chimed in, explaining it wasn't creepy at all. It's a miniature nativity scene, something quite common in Italy during the Christmas season. They're called presepi, and the words Happy Christmas written on the side hint that this person may have stumbled upon a forgotten holiday decoration. But here's the real question. Who placed it there? And why in such a remote spot? Was it just an innocent festive gesture? Or is there something more mysterious going on in those woods? While hiking, this person stumbled upon something straight out of a nightmare. A perfectly intact staircase, standing alone in the middle of the woods. No walls, no ruins, just steps leading to absolutely nothing. No signs of a house, no trail markers, just silence and trees. It's as if the forest is hiding something. Who or what left this there? Some say it's a remnant of a long-lost building. Others swear it's something much darker. And the creepiest part? This person says they felt like they were being watched the moment they saw it. Coincidence or warning? While hiking with his dog Penny, this person heard something that made his blood run cold. Bone-chilling, unnatural sounds echoing through the trees. At first, he thought it might be an animal, but the noises didn't match anything he'd ever heard before. They were guttural, almost human, yet not quite. Suddenly, Penny froze, staring into the woods, tail down. That's when this person knew it was time to leave. But the question still lingers. Who or what left those sounds behind? Was it just wildlife, or something far more sinister, watching from the shadows? While driving in the woods, this woman had a terrifying encounter that they'll never forget.
Did you hear that? What the fuck? Oh my god, no, fuck that.
Out of nowhere, a blood-curdling scream echoed through the trees, so loud, so unnatural, it froze them in place. At first they thought maybe it was just an animal, but the longer they listened, the more it sounded like something else, something wrong. The woman was completely alone, with no cell signal, no one around for miles, just the dark woods, and that scream. So, who or what was making that sound? Could it have been a wild animal? Or was it something far more sinister lurking in the shadows? While hiking in the Appalachian Mountains, a man heard a disturbing sound that didn't match any known animal. Some believe it may have been a Wendigo, a mythical creature from Native American folklore known to mimic human cries to trap its prey. The mystery remains. What was out there in those woods? While hunting for mushrooms in the woods, this person heard something that made their blood run cold.
And this one looks like it has a bite out of it. And this one. And there's one over here. Looks like it's holding some water. Huh? I think it's time to go.
At first, it sounded like a human, someone in agony, crying out in pain. But the deeper this person listened, the more they realized it wasn't quite human. The tone was off, twisted, almost like it was mimicking a cry for help. Was someone out there in trouble? Or was this person being lured by something far more sinister, something that knew how to sound just human enough? Who or what was making that sound? While hiking through the dense Appalachian woods, when this hiker suddenly froze, his camera picked up something bone-chilling. At first, it sounded like a group of children screaming, but the more you listen, the more it twists your gut. The cries weren't normal. They echoed through the trees like something or someone was in pure agony. But there were no people around, no campsites, no trails nearby. So what exactly did this person capture out there in the forest? Was it a group in distress, or something far more sinister that knows how to mimic human suffering? A Redditor by the name of Burton Boy uploaded a spine-tingling clip to the Chills Narrator subreddit. He claimed to have captured an eerie sound deep in the woods, something that didn't match any known animal. The mysterious video quickly ignited a firestorm of speculation in the comments. Some swore it sounded like a werewolf, while others were left completely baffled. To this day, no one has been able to explain what Burton Boy recorded. This Reddit user claims that for the past 2 weeks, something chilling has been happening between 1 and 3 a.m. Almost like clockwork, this person hears a strange, blood-curdling scream echoing from deep within the woods surrounding their home. They've lived on the East Coast, in the heart of the forest, their entire life. Yet nothing they've ever heard compares to this eerie sound. It's not an animal they recognize, not a coyote, not a fox, not even close. So what was it? Some wild creature? A person in distress? Or was it something far more sinister? This Reddit user says they were staying in a tiny mountain village called Hatoji, tucked away in the remote hills of Okayama, Japan. Barely anyone lives there anymore, just a few scattered homes and endless, eerie silence. But on their very first night, that silence was shattered. Just after sunset, a sound came from deep within the woods, not once, but in a pattern, a low, guttural roar followed by piercing screeches echoing through the darkness. It would go silent, then start again, over and over, all night. At first, this Reddit user guessed it might be wild boars. Hatoji is known for them. But could boars make that much noise? And why would they scream into the night like that? Were they fighting, mating, warning, something, or someone? They were alone, in a ghost village, surrounded by forest. Every night, the sounds returned. Was it just animals, or was it something far more sinister? Eventually, this Reddit user managed to speak to a local, and the answer was shocking. It wasn't a monster. It wasn't a yokai. It was the Japanese sika deer. Cute, right? But somehow, this adorable creature is capable of unleashing a noise that sounds straight out of a horror film. So, was it just a deer all along? Or could there be something else out there, screaming in the dark? This group of men was hiking deep in the woods when something made them stop dead in their tracks.
I think it'll pick up that sound. Yeah. Man.
A strange sound echoed through the trees. Not a bird, not a coyote, not anything they could recognize. It was haunting. Almost human. That's when things got eerie. While hiking roughly 3 miles off the main trail in a dense wooded area near Austin, Texas, a Reddit user came across something deeply unsettling. A hidden grave site, or perhaps a memorial. There were fresh flowers, a photograph, and personal mementos, all deliberately arranged with care. The scene felt intimate, somber, and undeniably heavy. Was this the place where someone ended their life? Or a secret sanctuary built to honor a loved one in a spot that once held meaning? One night, a man was driving down a pitch-black road when out of nowhere, chaos erupted. A gang of men wielding machetes burst onto the scene, charging straight at his car. Heart racing, he slammed the gear into reverse and tore backward into the darkness. The machete wielders gave chase, but after a terrifying few seconds, he managed to shake them off, barely escaping with his life. While hiking with his dog on the Wichita Mountains, this person suddenly stopped in his tracks.
I don't know if y'all can hear it, but listen.
In the distance, a chilling sound echoed through the trees, something that didn't sound like any animal. His dog, Bruno, immediately perked up, ears twitching, clearly disturbed. This person laughed nervously, trying to shake it off, but the tension was real. Bruno was like, "You hear that, Bubba? What's that noise?" he said, panning the camera across the eerily still woods. But what exactly was that sound? It didn't resemble a coyote, a deer, or any typical forest creature. It sounded more like a girl screaming for help. Or was it something far more sinister? Was this person being lured in by something pretending to be human? Or did he just capture evidence of something unnatural lurking in the Wichita Mountains? Let us know. Who or what do you think was making that sound? Back in 2009, a group of teenagers was out camping in the remote woods of Oklahoma, goofing off with a gas-soaked bottle and filming their antics for fun. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary, just a typical night in the wilderness. But when they reviewed the footage later, they spotted something chilling they hadn't noticed before. Lurking in the background between the trees was a gray figure, silent, almost ghost-like. It moved with an eerie grace, not quite human, but not fully animal either. None of them had seen or heard it in person that night, and to this day, no one online has been able to identify what it was. Can you? As this man ventured into the woods to cut down a tree, he witnessed something truly bizarre.
Get down close to it.
There's air coming out of this tree.
Trying to catch your breath.
Yeah.
Like me, short-winded. I've never seen a tree do that.
No, it's still...
The moment his axe struck the trunk, whoosh, a powerful burst of air shot out, almost like the tree was exhaling. It might sound supernatural, but there's a fascinating scientific reason behind it. Trees are filled with tiny vessels, think of them as nature's version of veins, that can trap and release air under the right conditions. While staying at a historic hotel in Windsor, one guest accidentally captured something truly chilling. In the photo, a ghostly figure of a young girl seems to appear, almost too clearly to ignore. This building, standing for over a century, has long been whispered about for its paranormal activity. Guests and staff alike have reported eerie encounters. A little girl seen roaming the hallways, disembodied laughter echoing through the night, and faint voices with no source. Skeptics point to tricks of light or pareidolia, the brain seeing faces where none exist. But others say this image might finally be the proof believers have been waiting for. While mapping out her next backpacking adventure using Google Street View, Reddit user Embarrassing 0001 stumbled upon something downright bizarre. One image showed a cyclist seemingly absorbing energy from another person. At least, that's what Redditors claimed as they dove headfirst into Hollywood physics to make sense of the surreal scene. In the third image, things got even weirder. The cyclist looked like they were taking off. Was this just a quirky camera glitch, a mind-bending optical illusion, or a real-life glitch in the Matrix? No one knows for sure, but the post quickly became a hotbed for wild theories and hilarious speculation. So, what do you think is going on here? This eerie footage was captured on a relative's trail camera deep in the woods, and what it shows is downright unsettling. A group of women, all dressed in white, stood silently among the trees. No clear faces, no explanation, just there. What were they doing out there in the dead of night? Some kind of ritual? A lost group? Or something even darker? Whatever the answer is, one thing's for sure. This isn't something you'd ever want to stumble upon alone. This user was deep in a forest in Switzerland when he heard it, a blood-curdling scream echoing through the night. At first, he thought it had to be an animal, maybe a fox. But here's the thing, this forest doesn't have foxes. None. Not a single one. Some strange incident happened years ago that wiped them all out, and ever since the area's been completely fox-free. But the sound that was heard? It wasn't an animal. It sounded exactly like children screaming. Multiple voices calling out from somewhere in the darkness. He stood frozen in the middle of the forest, miles from the nearest town, with no explanation for what I was hearing. No lights, no movement. Just those haunting cries, as if they were circling me. So what was it? Who or what was making those sounds in a forest where no living creature should be making them? Late one night, campers gathered around a roaring fire, laughing, telling stories, when suddenly, something changed. The air grew colder, and then, someone spotted it. Just beyond the flickering flames, a white figure, barely visible. Arms stretched wide as if it was reaching out. But reaching for what? Or who? While hiking, this person saw something strange in the woods and decided to go back. Curiosity got the better of him, so he grabbed a flashlight, camera, and headed into the forest to see if he could find anything, or explain what he thought he saw. He wasn't expecting much, just a quiet walk, maybe a spooky vibe or two. Then he hit record and filmed for about 15 minutes just in case. But here's where it gets weird. While he was out there, he didn't see anything unusual. But when he played back the footage later that night, something was there, clear as day, standing in the middle of the path, still, watching. It looked like a ghost, or something pretending to be human. The figure wasn't moving, just staring. It wasn't a trick of the light. It wasn't some blurry shadow. The camera picked it up perfectly, almost too perfectly. And yet, we never saw it in person. Only the lens caught it. So now I have to ask, who or what was standing there in the middle of the woods that night? Was it something supernatural? Or could someone be staging this? This person took their dog for a late-night walk through a forest they usually avoid after dark. Everything seemed normal until the dog, usually playful, stuck nervously by their side. As they passed abandoned houses deep in the woods, the dog lagged. This person called out, "Coco, let's go, we need to go." But the moment they turned their back, they heard their voice repeat those exact words from behind them. Same tone, same delivery, but they hadn't said it again. So, who or what did? Was someone hiding in the woods? A mimic? Or was this person lured into something far more terrifying? Kaylin Schulte and Crystal Turner were living their dream, a free-spirited life on the road, hopping from one campsite to another in their trusty van. But something felt off on the night of August 15th, 2021. During a call with friends, they mentioned a strange man lurking near their campsite, making them uneasy. Later that night, at a local bar, they voiced their fears again that someone nearby was creeping them out. They planned to leave the area the next day, but they never got the chance. On August 18th, their bodies were discovered near their campsite, both shot and left in the wilderness they loved so much. The warnings haunted friends and family the couple had given just days before. Months passed with no answers until May 2022, when police finally named a suspect, Adam Pinkusiewicz. He had already taken his own life shortly after the murders, but not before confessing to someone that he had killed 2 women in Utah, revealing chilling details only the killer could have known. Kaylin and Crystal's adventurous journey was tragically cut short not by nature, but by a predator hiding in plain sight. A Reddit user recently dared to explore an abandoned town under the cover of night, but what they encountered still haunts them. Amid the crushing silence, they heard it. The unmistakable sound of children laughing and whispering. In a town that's been deserted for years, how could that be?
¿Eres una niña? Oy, güey, si oye que están hablando, güey. Oy. Oigan. Hola. Oy. Oy.
Para allá, güey. Yo lo escucho para acá, carnal.
Sí, para allá se escucha, güey. Niña, ¿puedes venir a jugar con nosotros?
Some say the voices were echoes of the past, the restless spirits of children who once lived there. Others chalk it up to the wind playing tricks, or perhaps an eerie coincidence of nature. But in that shadow-choked place, with nothing but darkness pressing in, the line between reality and the supernatural began to blur. On March 3rd, 2023, in the quiet town of Mount Vernon, Georgia, a woman was casually snapping sunset photos of her brand new porch. At the time, everything seemed perfectly normal. But years later, while scrolling through those old pictures, her daughter spotted something bone-chilling. A shadowy figure standing silently on the porch. The home sits deep in Civil War territory, eerily nestled between two historic graveyards, Adams Cemetery and the Basil Connell Family Cemetery. Though there haven't been many reports of paranormal activity in the house, the woman admits to feeling unexplained cold spots from time to time. So, did she unknowingly capture a ghostly visitor from the past? On their way home from a rainy hike, a group of friends captured something bone-chilling on camera. A mysterious hand appeared out of nowhere, pressed against the windshield, and then vanished without a trace. The rain was hammering down, the car was speeding through slick roads, and yet somehow, the moment was caught in perfect clarity. At first, skeptics dismissed it as a hoax, but when they looked closer at the weather, the speed, the angle, doubts started creeping in. Pulling off a prank that convincing under those conditions? Nearly impossible. Some believe it was the ghost of a local legend reaching out. Others swear it had to be a clever illusion. But no matter what theory you believe, no one has ever explained what happened. Around 2 a.m., a woman called her friend with an unusual request. She wanted to visit an old forgotten cabin hidden deep in the woods on private land. The place had been abandoned for years, with only wild animals occasionally roaming inside. When they got there, the cabin was eerie, filled with unsettling remnants of the past, but nothing outright terrifying. It wasn't until they were driving away that things took a chilling turn. As they sat in the back of the truck, casually recording their ride home, a blood-curdling scream suddenly echoed through the woods. What made it even more disturbing? The scream sounded exactly like the woman's mother, but her mother was sitting right next to her in the truck. To this day, they have no idea who or what let out that scream. While out camping and hunting one night, a man captured a chilling photo that has left people puzzled ever since. In the middle of a wide open meadow, something strange appears in the darkness, a faint, shadowy figure lurking in the distance. The image is blurry, making it nearly impossible to identify exactly what it is. But one thing is clear, it looks like someone or something is watching. Since the photo surfaced, theories have run wild. Was it just a curious animal? An eerie optical illusion? Or could it have been something far more sinister hiding in plain sight? Some even suggest it might have been an owl, but others aren't so sure. While riding his bike, this person heard something chilling. An isolated baby's cry echoing through the middle of nowhere. In many cultures, that sound is more than unsettling. It's believed to be the call of a jinn. Others fear it could be a sinister trap, possibly tied to human trafficking. The haunting cry forced a terrifying question. Do you stop and try to help, or keep going and protect yourself? What would you have done? While camping near a quiet river, one Redditor's friend captured something bone-chilling on camera. A mysterious figure draped in what looked like a robe. According to them, it moved swiftly and silently. Almost too silently. The eerie details made the whole encounter feel like something straight out of a ghost story. But here's the creepiest part. This wasn't the first time they saw it. The figure had appeared twice before, vanishing before anyone could snap a photo. Now that it's finally been caught on camera, the internet is divided. Some say it's just shadows playing tricks. Others are convinced it's the real deal. What do you see? A glitch of light? Or a ghost in plain sight? This gripping story comes from the YouTube channel Mooch, where creator David documents his daring adventures through the haunting world of urban exploration. From forgotten factories to decaying hospitals, David has seen it all. But in this particular video, he and his friend Felix push the boundaries even further by planning to spend the night inside a derelict manor house abandoned for over 30 years. At first, everything goes smoothly. It's March 6th, 2015. The duo quietly slips into the crumbling mansion undetected. Dust dances in the shafts of sunlight piercing through broken windows, and silence clings to the empty halls. They begin filming, soaking in the eerie stillness. But that silence doesn't last long. A voice echoes from outside.
We did say we'd climb over, but the gentleman said not to bother in case we hurt ourselves. This is where I get castrated.
At first, it's hard to make out the words, but the message becomes crystal clear. They've been spotted. Instead of panicking, David and Felix decide to stay calm and confront whoever's outside. Maybe it's just a curious local. Maybe they can explain. But as they step out of the shadows and into the daylight, things take a sharp and unsettling turn. That's how the confrontation begins.
Buildings, take photographs. We've got no criminal intentions. We can see this stuff. You know, I've been to places where, you know.
Approximately it's aircraft and stuff. It's just the building you're interested in.
Yeah, and like, you know, the inside, just like all the old.
Can you search me for another section 1 of completing criminal evidence?
Yeah, sure, no problem, buddy.
Got anything on you shouldn't have?
No.
Anything silly, like?
No. No, don't
Any
do.
weapons, any tools?
Nope. Driver keys. Car keys. I've got lots of sugar in there because there was a ball in here. So I bought some sugar in case the ball came over to feed him.
Okay.
That was it.
Go ahead.
Been in there. Needs a lick of paint.
What was your old address?
Sorry?
What's your old address?
My old address.
The man is furious. He accuses them of trespassing, of damaging his fence, even of ruining his Saturday morning. David and Felix try to de-escalate, reassuring him that they're only there to take photographs. No harm meant, no break-ins, no theft. Just two explorers documenting the beauty of decay. But the man isn't having it.
It's just a one car. Yeah. Felix lives in London. I live down in Kent, so I'll drive up from Kent. Yeah. I've driven further. You know, all we do, mate, is take photos. You know what I mean? But I can understand. You know, I was speaking to a young lady who came here a few months ago, I think, and she said, "Oh, just be aware of the owner." How comes there's so many of you then turned up? It's like the cavalry. Oh, right.
He rages on, claiming the police are already on their way. His aggression doesn't just seem like anger, it feels like fear, as if he's not just upset by their presence, but terrified of what they might find. David keeps his cool. He stays respectful, calm, polite. But deep down, both he and Felix realize they've probably overstayed their welcome. They were planning to camp inside that night. Had they been caught later, after retrieving their gear, it could have ended a lot worse. Then the police arrive. David and Felix are cuffed. Despite the tension, the officers remain professional. David explains everything. They're explorers, not criminals. They didn't break in. They didn't steal anything. All they took were photos. The officers listen. The truth comes out. Yes, the landowner claimed they were attempting robbery.
Will do. I know. Have you ever been arrested ever in your life?
God, when I was a kid.
Okay. Okay, it's probably a long time ago and things have probably changed, okay?
Yeah.
The reason we need to get you in there is because we can't talk about it here.
Okay.
And believe it or not, it's for your rights and entitlements as well, so things are done legally.
Right.
Okay, so you are entitled to certain rights, one of those being a solicitor.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't know what you're doing here and it's not my job to ask you here and now.
Yeah.
It's to ask you in a tape recorded interview.
Okay.
Okay, give him.
It's only that one, it's a tiny bit tight. We're not here to cause any trouble, mate. We're sorry to bother you, mate. You know what I mean?
We're not saying
we're only taking photos. I'll show you something when we get back down in it.
But there was no evidence, no intent. In the UK, simple trespassing is a civil offense, not a criminal one, unless property is damaged or someone refuses to leave. After questioning at the station, all charges are dropped. In the end, it was a tense but harmless brush with the law. But it could have been much worse. Had they stayed the night or been caught deeper inside the house, the situation might have spiraled. This experience became more than just a story. It became a reminder. In the world of urban exploration, unpredictability is the only guarantee. No matter how well you plan, the unknown always finds a way in. David and Felix were lucky. Let's just hope that luck doesn't run out next time. While hiking near the railroad tracks in Mission Park, San Antonio, a man snapped a quick photo, but what he saw later left him speechless. When he reviewed the image, two mysterious figures appeared in the distance, standing eerily still. Locals have long whispered tales of ghostly children who push stalled cars off the tracks, but this was something entirely different. Confused and unsettled, unsure if he'd captured a trick of the light or something truly supernatural, he posted the photo online, and the internet hasn't stopped talking about it since. On October 27, 2024, a man exploring an abandoned railway station stumbled upon something bone-chilling.
रात के 12 बज रहे हैं और आप लोग देख सकते हैं दूर दूर तो कोई नज़र नहीं आ रहा। इस रेलवे स्टेशन पे नज़र आ रही तो सिर्फ वो औरत। यहाँ पे देख सकते हो भाई, रात के 12 बजे ये औरत यहाँ पे क्या कर रही है। जैसा लोग बोलते थे कि भाई ये औरत नहीं, ये औरत की आत्मा है जो कि ट्रेन के आने का इंतज़ार करती रहते हैं और यहाँ ट्रेन निकलेगी उसके पीछे ही जाती है, पता नहीं क्या करना चाहती है। कई सारे लोगों को
Sitting motionless on a weathered bench was a pale woman, silent, eerily still. At first, he thought she was just another lost soul, until she vanished. When he glanced down to check his camera, she was right there. But when he looked up again, the bench was empty, gone. He swears she wasn't human, but a restless spirit trapped in time, forever waiting for trains that will never return. Locals believe she's the reason no one dares set foot there after dark. And now, so does he. Lewis, Clark, and their friends thought exploring an old abandoned train hidden deep within the forest would be fun. Most of the train cars were empty, silent, and eerie, but nothing too unusual. That is, until they reached the caboose. Inside, the air felt heavier. The sheets covering the benches were stained with dark red spots. Something large, something unnaturally heavy, was hidden beneath one of them.
Guys, then we'll come, let's go. What is that? What? What the fuck? Oh my god. Just go, just get the fuck out of here. Yeah, we need to get out. Fucking go, go. That shit. Come on. Fuck! Ugh. There's mud everywhere. Wait, is that a body? We need to call the police, mate. We need to. Oh my god, this has happened before, but this happened. Ow, I hit my fucking head. Mate. I'm fucking wrong, mate.
No one dared to lift the sheet. They bolted, even leaping over another blood-stained cover on their way out, hearts pounding. To this day, no one knows what was under those sheets. Some say it was a body, others think it was something even worse. But one thing's certain, Lewis and his friends never went back. Rody runs a YouTube channel often documenting his adventures traveling across the country and sleeping in his truck. His videos usually highlight the peaceful side of nomadic life, stunning nature shots, the freedom of the open road, and self-reliance. But one particular upload from December 2017 took a much darker turn. The footage came from an unsettling experience earlier that year while Rody was car camping in a quiet parking lot around 1:30 a.m. Out of nowhere, a hooded man appeared and began circling his truck, snapping photos of the license plates.
30 in the morning when I heard someone walking around my truck, and whenever you're sleeping, somewhere public and you hear somebody walking right outside your truck, it's always a little bit alarming. So what you'll see here in a second, he pulls out his phone and starts taking pictures. It looks like of my license plate or something like that. I'm not sure why he was doing this. So I thought maybe, I wasn't allowed to park there and he was taking pictures of my license plate, but it's kind of odd to be doing that at 1:30 in the morning. And he didn't look like a security guard or anything like that. Also, some of you may be wondering why he's not able to see me in the back. And where I was parked, the street light shined into the cab, but the camper shell has really tinted windows, so it was pitch black in the back where I was. So after he'd done a few laps around my truck, and I could tell it looks like he's up to no good, he comes back around and tries to shine his flashlight into the back of my camper shell. You'll see here in a second. And I just bang on the window, and he takes off running. So he probably wasn't expecting that.
Since the back of the truck, where Rody was sleeping, was pitch black, the man likely assumed it was empty. Completely unaware he was being recorded, the stranger lingered around the vehicle, acting suspiciously for several minutes. Eventually, he crept up to the side and shined a flashlight through the windows, possibly trying to see inside. That's when Rody made his move. With a loud bang on the inside of the truck, he startled the man, who immediately bolted into the night. It's unclear what his intentions were, but given his behavior, it's not far-fetched to think he may have been planning a carjacking or worse. Thankfully, Rody acted quickly, avoided a potentially dangerous situation, and found somewhere safer to spend the rest of the night. While hiking, this person used Randonautica, and that's when things got strange. About 5 seconds into the footage, there's a chilling moment.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Unless there's someone out on that trail right there, I don't know what the fuck that is. Another Montana thing. I know.
A voice, barely audible, seems to whisper, "Do you wanna?" But here's the weird part: it came from deep within the woods on the left, while the only visible trail was on the right. No one was supposed to be over there. And then, right as this person begins to speak, their voice distorts. It glitches out in a way that doesn't quite sound like a normal audio malfunction. Was it just a technical glitch, or something else? Who or what was out there making that sound? Deep in the remote stretches of the Appalachian Mountains, a woman named Morgan documents her eerie, unexplained encounters. She regularly shares her experiences online. In one video, Morgan films herself exploring her family's notoriously haunted farm. Suddenly, she hears something.
Hey y'all, I'm at my family's haunted farm. I was gonna come explore with my husband today, but he couldn't get off from work because he's boring, so thought I'd bring you guys.
Hey! Hey!
Hey, it's faint, human, familiar, but something's off. It's the Appalachian, hey, a strange and unsettling phenomenon, where something deep in the woods mimics human voices. Locals believe these are mimics, supernatural entities that take on the voices, and sometimes the appearances of people you trust. And in Morgan's case, they may already have. For over a century, Green Gables in Jennertown, Pennsylvania has been more than just a fine dining destination. It's also been the source of chilling ghost stories. With a long-standing reputation for being haunted, the eerie atmosphere has left more than a few employees on edge. One worker, feeling uneasy during late-night shifts, took to recording their surroundings, just in case. One night, their gut feeling proved terrifyingly accurate. Recording their surroundings, just in case. One night, their gut feeling proved terrifyingly accurate.
I don't know, I think this is where they have their weddings. There's a building. You can't really see it. There's a building over here. It's really old looking. I don't no idea what it is. Oh, fabulous. So there's a fucking statue in the middle of this field. It's just a wide open field with a statue, really big statue out here in the middle of this field. Pretty fucking creepy if you ask me. It is also raining. Ooh, I do not like that. Some kind of a Greek looking thing maybe? I don't fucking know. Its face is missing, so that's comforting. I don't know why its face is missing. Looks like it had a face at some point in time. It came off for some reason. There's some vines crawling up it.
The camera captured something no one expected. A dark, shadowy hand brushing across a statue's waist, too far, too defined to be a trick of the light. Could it be a hoax? Maybe. But that footage still leaves us asking one question. Was it real or something else entirely? Adam was out hiking with his dad, but for a brief moment, he found himself alone on the trail. That's when it happened. A man passed him, completely out of place. He looked like he'd walked straight out of the 1980s. Full suit, slicked back hair, not a single word, just this eerie vibe. Then he saw it.
I'm not even kidding. Passed someone on the trail, like a guy. He looked like he was like from the 80s. He was wearing a full suit that like looked like he was from the 80s, and I was like, ew, I don't like that. I got a weird vibe from him. And look at what I just found. Is this not like terrifying? Should I open it?
A briefcase, sitting right where the man had been. No explanation, no note. Just there. Should I open it? He whispered, both curious and unnerved. He did. Inside was only a single item, an old weathered map dated 1989. That's it. Nothing else. But the strangest part? The man in the suit hadn't left. He was still nearby, silently watching from the trees. Was he a time traveler? A ghost? Or something even stranger? Cody had lived on his property for 22 years when he discovered a strange, dead patch of grass that sank under his mower. Curious, he dug into it and found a hidden door leading to a deep, water-filled hole, possibly an old well or storm cellar.
It's some kind of door. I've been here 22 years and this has never been here before. So I really don't know what to think about it. But about 1944 there was a old cabin here that burnt down, and it may be some kind of well or a storm cellar or something. I may dig it up if enough people show any kind of interest.
Using a 15-foot conduit stick, he couldn't touch the bottom. That night, strange noises came from beneath his house. When he investigated with a camera, what he recorded was not just eerie, it was terrifying. A group of friends had rented a remote cabin deep in the Appalachian Mountains for a peaceful weekend getaway. Surrounded by endless, shadowy woods, the spot felt like a perfect escape. One night, as they soaked in the hot tub beneath a glowing moon, a low, thunderous sound echoed from somewhere deep in the forest.
Yeah, that was a car. That was a car. Who's the aliens, bro? Kaylin! I think it's a train.
Es que porque suena así a la verga.
But that's just scary. Okay, do you guys want to go inside?
No. Es que dicen que no va a pasar nada, pero...
But the music and laughter quickly faded into nervous silence. Something about that sound wasn't right. Unbeknownst to them, the Appalachian woods have a long, chilling history. Mysterious vanishings, strange figures spotted between the trees, stories that locals don't like to tell after dark. Thankfully, the group left the hot tub and returned inside without incident. But that night, it still haunts their memories. One quiet evening, a man was lounging on his couch when he noticed something strange peering at him through the screen door. At first glance, he figured it might be a cow or maybe a goat. But the longer he stared, the less sense it made. The creature had no ears, its posture was all wrong. Its front half stood upright, while the back looked bent and tucked beneath it, almost as if it were kneeling. To this day, no one knows what it was, or what it wanted. This home security footage from deep in Appalachia caught something strange. And trust us, you'll want to watch it more than once.
Yeah, because it's curious. Oh my goodness. You see the legs on that sucker? Girl, what?
It's a
Are
hornet.
you kidding? No,
It's a hornet.
when did hornets start looking like
Look
that?
at that.
That is not no hornet, and a hornet where?
It's just...
At first, they thought it was just a hornet, but the way it moved, the shape, the shimmer, something wasn't adding up. A hornet? In broad daylight? That ain't no hornet, her friend insists. Whatever it was flew by fast, small, oddly shaped, and almost magical. Was it just an unusual bug, or did this camera accidentally catch a glimpse of something? A hiker was making their way up Gettysburg's Big Round Top Trail, enjoying the peaceful, history-soaked path. Everything felt normal until they reached the final stone wall at the summit. That's when it started. Footsteps echoed around them, matching their own pace, then stopping dead whenever they did. At first, they shrugged it off, thinking it was just sound bouncing off the rocks. But when they later checked their camera, things got even stranger. Nearly every photo was blurry, despite the camera being held steady. One image even showed a strange, shadowy figure near the wall, yet in the next picture, taken just seconds later, it was gone. Maybe it was just a trick of the light, or maybe it was something else. A group of teenagers was exploring an old, abandoned theater when they suddenly stopped in their tracks. Standing perfectly still in the shadows was a girl, silent, unmoving, and staring straight at them. For a moment, no one knew what to do. The air felt heavy. One teen cautiously stepped forward. That's when they realized she wasn't trying to scare them. She frightened herself. It looked like she had been living there, using the forgotten theater as a place to sleep. Their presence must have jolted her from a fragile peace. The moment was sobering. It wasn't a ghost story. It was real life. A young girl, alone and afraid, just trying to survive in the dark. Hopefully, she finds the help she needs because no one deserves to live in fear and silence. A man was out making late-night deliveries when something strange caught his eye by the side of the road. There, on a swing, sat a small child gently swaying back and forth in the darkness. It didn't make sense. There were no houses nearby, no lights, no reason for a kid to be out here, especially at this hour. Pulling over for a closer look. But as he stepped out of the vehicle and turned back to the swing, the child was gone. The swing still moved, creaking softly like someone had just been there. Then the air turned cold. Was it a ghost? A lost child? Or something else entirely? The man didn't wait to find out. Shaken and unnerved, he jumped back into his van and sped off into the night. While on patrol near a quiet residential area in Tennessee, a police officer snapped a chilling photo that still baffles investigators to this day. The eerie figure captured in the image bore a striking resemblance to the infamous Fresno nightcrawler, but with a twist. It appeared thicker, almost cartoonishly exaggerated in shape, unlike anything seen before. Despite numerous attempts to uncover its origin or connect it to other sightings, the mystery remains unsolved, leaving behind nothing but speculation and a haunting image no one can explain. Dan Bell paid a visit to an abandoned children's asylum, and from the moment he stepped inside, things took a dark and unexpected turn. Right off the bat, his camera battery exploded in his hands.
Shit.
But Dan, unfazed, kept filming. What his camera captured next was even more unsettling. Eerie, unexplained moments he didn't notice until reviewing the footage later. In one shot, a shadowy figure seemed to glide past a doorway. In another, an eye appeared to peek through a hole in the door, only to vanish in an instant. Then came the most chilling moment of all, a voice echoing from an empty room. Some viewers claim they heard the voice say, "Let's get him." He explained that while filming, he kept hearing the sound of something or someone running around nearby. It sounded like a person. Of course, he tried to stay rational, brushing it off as maybe an animal. But whatever the cause, it's hard to shake the feeling that something else was in that asylum with him. While trekking through the woods, a group of adventurers stumbled upon an abandoned GoPro, its owner nowhere in sight. Intrigued, they played back the footage only to be shaken by what they uncovered. The final moments showed a group of unknown explorers, their expressions shifting from excitement to pure terror. In the background, a shadowy, unnerving figure loomed, watching them. Then, without warning, the footage cut to black. Despite efforts to identify the people in the video, their identities remain a mystery. Were they just lost tourists? Or does this eerie recording capture the final moments of a group that was never meant to be found? While hiking through the wilderness, he stumbled upon a cave, and curiosity got the better of him. As he cautiously explored its winding passages, something suddenly caught his eye.
It's over here. Holy shit. You okay there, bud?
Just a few feet ahead, looming in the shadows, was a massive, unmoving figure, a hibernating bear. The sheer size of the beast made his heart pound, but it didn't budge. It slept on, completely unaware of the intruder in its den. Holding his breath, the hiker slowly backed away, thankful for the rare encounter that ended without a roar or a chase. While hiking through a ravine with his dog, a man suddenly heard eerie noises echoing from a nearby gutter. Curious yet unsettled, he pulled out his phone and began recording. The distorted sound sent a chill down his spine. Fighting the urge to investigate, he chose instead to put distance between himself and the unsettling whispers. Hours later, when he returned to the same spot, the noises had vanished, replaced by an eerie, unnatural silence. In 2022, a Reddit user stumbled upon something bizarre deep inside a cave in Estonia. An eerie altar surrounded by everyday household items and colorful flags. The discovery sparked a wave of theories online. Some were convinced it was tied to dark magic or occult rituals, while others believed it could be a tranquil meditation spot. The flags resembled Buddhist prayer flags, which added to the mystery, especially since the cave is in Europe, far from Southeast Asia, where such practices are more common. These hikers were out on an adventure, searching for caves to explore, when they stumbled upon a small hole in the ground. Curiosity got the best of them, and they decided to take a closer look.
It's stuck. Here, the helmet gets stuck. Yeah. I'm gonna hand this down to you.
Yes.
Nicely done, kid.
Good ball. Yes.
Here.
Right, go for it. Nice. And then look.
Yeah, look back up.
Yay!
With some teamwork, one of the hikers handed down a helmet, and the others followed carefully. The girl went in first to scout the cave, and luckily, it wasn't too deep, just big enough to explore. But while getting in was challenging, how they managed to climb back out remains a bit of a mystery. Reddit user Burlapin recently posted chilling footage from deep inside a mine. The clip shows timber beams holding up the roof, an old-school support system still trusted in some operations. Suddenly, the tension builds. Then, a dramatic shift. Unlike steel or concrete, timber has a unique trait. It creaks and groans under pressure, acting as a natural warning system for miners.
Always nothing faces holding it up.
This eerie sound gave everyone just enough time to react. Thanks to those creaks, no one was hurt when the collapse began. Late one night, a man snapped a photo near the Rivier Tunnel in St. Clementine, but what he discovered later sent chills down his spine. When he reviewed the image, he spotted a ghostly figure lurking in the shadows. According to the Redditor who posted it, the photo is completely unedited. Since then, the eerie silhouette has sparked intense debate online. Some insist it's just a play of light and shadow, while others are convinced it's something far more sinister, possibly paranormal. While hiking through a remote area, this adventurer stumbled upon something straight out of a nightmare or a nature lover's dream, depending on how you look at it.
This would probably be someone's worst nightmare, but I think this is incredibly cool. So cool. Look at these walls. Absolutely covered. And I'm about to crawl through there to look for a snake.
Deep inside a shadowy cave, the walls looked like they were stained with soot. But as they got closer, they realized it wasn't soot at all. It was alive. The dark patches were swarming clusters of spiders clinging to every surface. And instead of turning back, this brave soul decided to crawl even deeper, all in search of a snake. It's a chilling yet awe-inspiring sight, making the cave feel like a scene from a horror movie or a hidden wonder of the wild. While exploring, but finally, with one last tug, they managed to yank him out just before things turned tragic. A close call, and a terrifying reminder of how quickly caving can go from thrilling to life-threatening. Frances and her husband were invited to a bonfire next door, a lively night filled with laughter, drinks, and stories under the stars. Everything felt perfectly normal, until midnight. Frances decided to snap a quick photo of the roaring blaze, an 80-foot inferno lighting up the night sky. But when she looked back at the picture, her heart skipped a beat. There, in the center of the flames, was something no one could explain. A face, clear as day, staring right back at her from inside the fire. Could it be an apparition? Frances showed the photo to her husband and others at the bonfire. Reactions ranged from stunned silence to nervous laughter. But this person couldn't shake the feeling that something or someone was watching. She hasn't looked at fire the same way since. You be the judge. Is it just a trick of the light, or something far more chilling? A team of daring explorers ventures deep into a mysterious cave, finally getting the chance to navigate a passage that's usually submerged underwater. As they press forward, the cave narrows with each step, and tension rises. They begin to voice their fears, injuries, disorientation, and the creeping thought of getting lost in the dark. Eventually, they reach the flooded passage.
Oh God, my feet are already wet. My butt's wet.
This is a bad one.
Oh God.
This is a really bad one.
I think we'll be okay, but here's the deal.
Can you bring your bag?
Oh, it's cold.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
No, my goodness.
All right, I'm coming.
Oh, okay. Come. That?
Oh my gosh.
Alright, we're gonna push this water passage and
The water is icy cold, but luckily, there's just enough room above the surface to breathe. With steady determination, they push onward, but the challenges only grow tougher. Confusion sets in, but they rely on earlier markers, a rule of thumb they call right is right. Despite the eerie silence and uncertain turns, they remain composed.
he doesn't go in the water anymore, but I think we're gonna follow him. Let's go. Alright, listen.
Uh-huh.
You keep going, you're doing great. I'm right behind you.
Oh, that's an ear zipper. That is an ear zipper.
Dude, I feel like the sound of the water is coming from
That is
That was so rough.
You got it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
The helmet was kept falling down on my face.
After what feels like an eternity underground, crawling, swimming, and navigating the unknown, they finally emerge from the cave, cold, exhausted, but safe. While hiking through a dense forest, a Reddit user stumbled upon a mysterious cave, but what he found inside was truly bizarre. Scattered across the cave floor were strange stones, each one etched with faces that eerily resembled monkeys. The carvings looked ancient, as if they'd been crafted by a forgotten civilization or an unknown artist lost to time. No one knows where these stones came from or why they were hidden in that cave. A group of explorers stumbled upon an old abandoned mine shaft deep in the wilderness. As they approached, eerie screeching noises echoed from within, sending chills down their spines. Curiosity got the best of them, and they decided to investigate. But as they peered into the darkness, their camera captured something terrifying.
So obviously there's some danger hidden in there, whether it's from falling rocks or somebody knows something about what's in there. So here he's trying to set himself up to look in there, but it's extremely dark. And here we go. Ooh, eyeballs. Now it's extremely hard to see with his phone. This time slowed down and enhanced. And there it is.
A tall, slender figure lurking just beyond the light. What is this thing hiding in the depths of the mine? And more importantly, how did it get there? While exploring a remote cave in Georgia this past Friday, this person had no idea what was lurking in the shadows. Armed with nothing but a GoPro and a sense of adventure, this person descended deep into the earth, navigating through narrow tunnels and echoing chambers. Everything felt normal, silent, still, until the footage was reviewed. That's when things got strange.
I might just broke off as I left.
Buried in the audio was a clear, blood-chilling scream, one this person never heard in real time. It wasn't a rustle. It wasn't wind. It was a scream. So now the question is, who or what was making that sound? Was it something hiding deeper in the cave? Something not meant to be found? Or worse, something watching this person the entire time? While visiting Rio Claro in Brazil, a group of tourists caught something unsettling.
Apareceu cara ali no meio da água. Mozinho! Mozinho, você viu o cara no meio da água? Caraca! Ali, mozinho!
A mysterious, shadowy figure resembling a person emerged from the water, only to vanish swiftly into the cascading waterfall. The eerie sight left the onlookers stunned. The tourist who captured the chilling moment on camera shared the footage on YouTube, sparking a wave of speculation. Many viewers are convinced it could be a ghost caught on film. While camping in the depths of Ottawa National Forest, a group of adventurers experienced a chilling encounter. Strange movements flickered through the shadows, and a mysterious figure lurked among the trees. At the time, they brushed it off as a passing animal, unable to make out its form in the darkness. But when they reviewed their footage later, their hearts pounded. What they captured on camera wasn't just an animal. It was just far more unsettling. Back in 2015, while exploring the historic Fort William Henry in Lake George, New York, someone casually snapped a photo of a pitch-black, narrow tunnel using just their iPhone. At first glance, it looked like nothing, just darkness. But once the photo was brightened, or viewed in negative, a chilling figure appeared to be standing in the shadows. According to local legend, back in the mid-1600s, 2 Native American warriors attacked that very tunnel, killing the guard who was stationed there. It's believed his grave rests just 20 feet beyond that spot, above ground. What makes this even creepier? The figure in the image closely resembles a 1600s-era soldier. Could it be the ghost of the fallen guard, still watching over his post centuries later? While hiking the Grand Canyon, this person made a chilling mistake that nearly cost him his life. Trying to see the perfect view from the edge, this person lost his footing, and in an instant, he plummeted nearly 100 feet down the canyon wall.
No native grass, girl.
Oh shit, is he okay? Wait. Dude. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh shit, man.
No,
Don't look at it. You smoke.
Don't look.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We told him to come back up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We need a call. You have your phone. Get your phone.
Helicopter is out. Here.
Give me a call. Oh my gosh.
Dumbass.
Oh my god. Baby girl.
Witnesses were left frozen in shock as they watched this person disappear over the edge. We just hope this person survives this terrifying fall, because that drop, it's no joke. In the fall of 2019, a Reddit user took their grandchild on what seemed like a calm, uneventful cave exploration in Arkansas. Just another peaceful day surrounded by nature's quiet. But everything changed once they got home. While flipping through the photos, the child froze, pointing to a shadowy corner of one image. There, partially hidden in the darkness, was what looked like the upper half of a humanoid figure. They hadn't seen or heard anything unusual during the trip, but now that ordinary adventure felt chillingly different. Was it just pareidolia playing tricks on their eyes, or was something down there with them that day? One night, Tom set out to investigate, armed with just a camera and a flashlight. At first, all he found was scattered trash, evidence of illegal dumping. But then something caught his eye. A pale humanoid figure lurked in the brush. As his flashlight beam landed on it, the creature reacted instantly, crawling toward him with unnatural speed. It was thin, unsettling. Something about it wasn't human. Fear took over. Tom bolted, his terror captured on camera, leaving many convinced he had encountered something beyond explanation. He never returned.